Hey everyone, welcome back to Smart Pension UK. If you're watching this video right now, then you're probably someone who relies on the state pension or you're planning for your retirement. And let me tell you, today I've got some incredibly important news that could directly affect your monthly income starting November 2025. The Department for Work and Pensions has just announced major changes to state pension rates, and trust me, you need to know exactly how much you'll be getting and when you'll be getting it. So make sure you watch this video all the way through because I'm going to break down everything you need to know, including the exact payment dates, how much your pension will increase, and what you need to do right now to make sure you don't miss out on a single penny. Let's dive straight in. Right, so let's talk about what's actually happening. The DWP has confirmed that state pension rates will be rising in November 2025, and this is massive news for millions of pensioners across the UK. Now, before we get into the numbers, let me explain why this is happening. The state pension increases are tied to something called the triple lock guarantee. The triple lock guarantee means that the state pension must increase each year by whichever is highest out of three things. First, the rate of inflation measured by the Consumer Price Index. Second, average earnings growth across the UK. And third, a minimum of 2.5%. The government looks at these three figures and picks the highest one. That's your pension increase for the year. And for November 2025, based on the latest economic data, it looks like average earnings growth is leading the pack, which means pensioners are in line for a fairly substantial increase. Now, let's get down to the actual numbers, because this is what you really want to know. If you're receiving the new state pension, which applies to people who reached state pension age after April 6, 2016, your weekly payment is currently around £221.20. With the November 2025 increase, you're looking at a rise to approximately £230 per week. That's an extra £8.80 every single week. Now, I know that might not sound like a huge amount, but think about it over a year. That's an additional £457 annually going straight into your bank account. For those of you on the basic state pension, which is for people who reached state pension age before April 6, 2016, your current weekly rate is around £169.50. After the November increase, you'll be looking at approximately £176.40 per week. That's nearly £7 extra each week, which works out to around £360 more per year. Now here's something really important that a lot of people overlook. If you're entitled to additional state pension on top of your basic state pension, those amounts will also increase proportionally. This includes things like SERPS, or the state second pension. These additional amounts follow the same triple lock increase, so you'll see your total payment go up across the board. Let me talk about payment dates now, because this is where things can get a bit confusing for some people. Your state pension is usually paid every 4 weeks, and the exact date depends on the last 2 digits of your national insurance number. The DWP uses a system where different national insurance numbers are assigned different payment days throughout the week. If your national insurance number ends in 00 to 19, you'll typically be paid on a Monday. If it ends in 20 to 39, you'll be paid on a Tuesday. For 40 to 59, it's Wednesday. For 60 to 79, it's Thursday. And if your national insurance number ends in 80 to 99, you'll be paid on a Friday. Now, the November 2025 increase will automatically be applied to your payment. You don't need to contact the DWP or fill out any forms. The new rate will simply appear in your bank account on your regular payment date after the increase takes effect. However, it's absolutely crucial that you check your bank statement after your first November payment to make sure you're receiving the correct amount. Mistakes do happen, and it's always better to catch them early. Here's something that catches a lot of people out. If your payment date falls on a weekend or a bank holiday, your pension will be paid on the last working day before that. So if your normal payment day is a Monday, but that Monday happens to be a bank holiday, you'll receive your payment on the Friday before. This is really important to remember, especially during the Christmas period when there are multiple bank holidays. Now, let's talk about who exactly is eligible for these increases. If you're already claiming the state pension, you'll automatically get the increase. There's nothing you need to do. However, If you've deferred your state pension, meaning you've chosen to delay claiming it to get a higher amount later, you'll still benefit from these increases. When you eventually do claim, your pension will be calculated based on the current rates, including all the increases that have happened during your deferral period. For those of you who are approaching state pension age and haven't claimed yet, these new rates will apply to you when you do start claiming. The state pension age is currently 66 for both men and women, but it's set to rise to 67 between 2026 and 2028. Let me address something that causes a lot of confusion. Some people think that if they've got other income, like a private pension or they're still working part-time, they won't get the increase. That's not true. Your state pension increase is not means-tested. It doesn't matter if you've got savings or if you're still earning a salary. If you're entitled to the state pension, you'll get the full increase. Speaking of tax, this is really important. The state pension is taxable income. A lot of people don't realize this. The increase in your pension means you'll be receiving more taxable income. Now, if your total income from all sources is below the personal allowance, which is currently £12,570, you won't pay any tax. But if you're above that threshold, you'll pay income tax on the amount over the allowance. The personal allowance doesn't usually increase as much as pensions do, so the pension increase combined with any other income might push you over that threshold. Now let's talk about what you should be doing right now to prepare for these changes. First thing, check your state pension forecast. You can do this online through the government's Check Your State Pension service. You'll need your national insurance number and some basic personal information. This forecast will tell you how much state pension you're currently entitled to and when you'll reach state pension age. Second, make sure your bank details are up to date with the DWP. If you've changed banks recently, or if you've moved house, you need to let them know. You can update your details by calling the pension service or through your online government gateway account. Third, if you're getting pension credit or other benefits, the increase in your state pension might affect your entitlement to these benefits. Pension credit tops up your income if it's below a certain level, and if your state pension goes up, your pension credit might go down. You can use the benefits calculator on the government website to see how the pension increase will affect your total income. Here's something really important about pension scams. With all this news about pension increases, scammers see an opportunity to target vulnerable people. Please be very careful. The DWP will never call you out of the blue asking for your bank details or offering to help you claim extra pension. They will never ask you to pay a fee to process your pension increase. If anyone contacts you claiming to be from the DWP and asking for personal information or money, hang up immediately. Let me give you some practical tips for managing your increased pension income. First, consider reviewing your budget. An extra £8 or £9 a week adds up over time. Think about whether you want to use this extra income for day-to-day expenses, save it for emergencies, or treat yourself to something you've been putting off. Second, if you're struggling financially even with the increase, make sure you're claiming everything you're entitled to. There are lots of benefits and discounts available to pensioners that go unclaimed every year. Things like pension credit, housing benefit, council tax reduction, and help with heating costs. Many local councils also offer additional support schemes. Third, think about your energy bills. With energy prices being high, that extra pension income might help with utility costs. Look into whether you're eligible for any energy support schemes and make sure you're on the best tariff for your usage. For those of you who haven't reached state pension age yet, these increases should give you confidence that the state pension will continue to provide a decent foundation for your retirement income. However, the state pension alone is rarely enough to live comfortably in retirement. Most financial experts recommend having additional savings or a private pension to supplement your state pension. Alright, so let me summarize the key points you need to remember. State pension rates are increasing in November 2025 thanks to the triple lock guarantee. If you're on the new state pension, you'll get approximately an extra £8.80 per week. If you're on the basic state pension, it's around £7 extra per week. These increases will be applied automatically to your regular payment date. You don't need to do anything, but you should check your bank statement to make sure you're getting the correct amount. Remember that your state pension is taxable income. Make sure your details are up to date with the DWP, check what other benefits you might be entitled to, and be very careful of pension scams. So, that's everything you need to know about the November 2025 state pension increase. I hope this video has been helpful and has cleared up any confusion. If you found this information useful, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to Smart Pension UK. We're here to help you navigate all the complexities of the pension system. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future updates, because pension rules change regularly and will always keep you informed. If you've got any questions, drop a comment below and I'll do my best to help. Share this video with any friends or family members who might benefit from this information. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, and make sure you're getting what you deserve from your state pension.